Hi, welcome back. I have a 15 minutes limit actually on that app, so that's why I just did a second video. So, as I said, you have chosen, well, the unit title can be almost anything. The teacher is pretty easy. The subject group would be mathematics, and there's like discipline actually would be standard math or extended mathematics. The MYP year would be 1 to 5 depending, so normally grade 7 would be year 1, and then you have like the unit durations in hours, so how much time. Normally a unit plan would last about 20 to 25 hours, but I know that sometimes in mathematics we might have like 8 topics during the year, and perhaps that each topic that we see could be 10-15 hours, but you might have like many unit plans, so in the end doesn't matter much. The key concept, the related concepts, and the global context I said you have chosen before. Please here, not only the global, well, you have the global context, but you would also have the exploration. Statement of inquiries are going to come back to that part in week 4, I guess. Just checking. And then the objectives is what I just mentioned. It would be like the learning engagement 2. That has been done. It was the grasp model that you have done in module 2. Then the relationship was in module 2, learning engagement 5, I think, or 4. 5, the relation between the summative task and the statement of inquiry. Yes, the statement of inquiry actually we've done. I was thinking about inquiry questions right before. So here, some people put the conceptual understanding first and they write them down, but that's not mandatory. And then you have the statement of inquiry, okay? So that's something that you have to put in, of course, this. And remember that in the statement of inquiry, you should see the key concept, the related concepts, let's say related concepts 1, related concept 2, and the exploration, okay? I know that it might not have been that clear in the module 2 at first. And same thing here in the conceptual understanding, we had the concept, and then in the statement of inquiry we had linked that to the global context through the exploration, okay? So that's something that you already did, so we have already part of it done. This will be the next thing, which will be in module 3, learning engagement activity 3, where we are going to select one. We have in the other video I talked about the approaches to learning skills. So here, going back here, so just here to remind that the idea on the second one was to find the objectives, remembering, let's say that it could be like A, let's say all strands for examples, but it could be D, I, and I in Roman numeral, but if we don't have all of the strands, then we'll have to write it down somehow. Normally we would just copy paste everything, just for you to have an idea of what I'm expecting here, okay? So going to learning engagement activity number 3, as I said, it concerns approaches to learning. You have to select one indicator. Remember, the indicator would be that documents here. Let's say that I am with the communication or critical thinking, whatever. Let's say that I am using, there are some about mathematics, that's what I'm trying to find right now actually. Let's say understand and use mathematical notation. Of course, the idea is not to have that same skill over and over from year 1 to year 5. Okay, you try to, within the school, you try to focus on different skills, but perhaps then that at the beginning of the MYP you might focus more on that kind of indicators in mathematics, because it's like a key that I normally do at first. Okay, but there are also like collaborative work which can be done, so there are skills about that. So you find one, so you have to write down actually the category, the cluster, skill clusters, and then the indicator, and then how you will have to develop it. Okay, so let's say the learning activities. I ask it there. I know it's repetitive perhaps with here, where the learning experiences and teaching activities will be written down. So when you are going to do that, it's going to be part of that will concern ATL skills. I ask my teachers to write it down here as well, because as a coordinator, when I try to do like the grid, I don't want to have to look at what has been done specifically in your class, but you understand that it should be specific enough so that the other teachers in your school understand the level that the students were at first and what you have done to develop the skills, so that the better at the end of your unit plan that at the beginning concerning one indicator. Okay, I know that sometimes I use 2 or 3, but that's a choice. Okay, but for now let's focus on one. What I don't want, what I am sure your coordinator doesn't want, is that a teacher who says my students use 50 skills during my unit plan, but we have no clue about what has been specifically developed within the activity, and which has been like evaluated by the teacher. Okay, so that's important to see the difference. It's not something that the students only use, it's something that they've learned, that they have developed through the unit plan. The fourth, learning engagement. What's the words? Going to be just to clarify a few words concerning evaluation. Just have to write down what you think about it, and you reply to each other. So I'm gonna wait until like most people have done it before I comment, perhaps, unless I see something which isn't like specifically not right. And then the last one is the including all learners forum. I know that many of you have shown an interest for differentiation. What I could tell you, it's like, I think it's page 27 of the MYP from Principle into Practice guide. I'm just trying to take a quick look at page 27, if I remind well. Okay, I might be mistaking here. It might not. It's 27. So it's inclusion within the MYP. So these are guidelines from the IB, and there's also a document which is called Meeting Student Learning Diversity in the Classroom, which has been published by the IB to help you like try to find the strategies in order to differentiate. Okay, so I just have to like take a look at it. So to finish that third week, and then just to see really fast what's left to do afterward is to build the inquiry questions actually, and talking about a few other things from the IB. Okay, I'm gonna wait until next week for the rest. Okay, so once again, try to catch up for those of you who are a little bit late. It's always harder for me to try to go back to the modules before to see if you have done your work. I have to click every day to see what has been done. It's pretty hard, so try to catch up in order for everyone to be like at the same pace. Remember that this week I expect in learning engagement activity or somewhere actually that you will fill out, download the unit plan, fill it out, not that part once again, but all of the parts which have been done until now. And for the content in the week 4, we are going to finish this part about the content and the inquiry questions, so your unit plan will be pretty much done at the end of that. When I help a teacher in my school, I find that at the end they very good unit plans actually for beginners. So I expect the same if possible. And at the end, you are going to share these unit plans. So if you understand well, that means 21 unit plans that you are going to be able to have access in order to start like your teaching of the MYP. So see. I'm expecting to read from you soon, and have a good week and good weekend. Bye bye.